Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are on the world. This is another edition of New York by Night. The vampire venue, still down in their damn bunker, is currently focusing on one of the newcomers. She requested a meeting with one of the alleged leaders of the war coterie that is active within London. And Lucius has decided that he doesn't mind meeting her and has arranged for Scott to be there, and that's
Scott
what
is,
it's get.
Scott is by his side. Um, he's got his sword by his side, and his gun, but he's pretty sure he's not going to use his sword. That's just for safety measures.
Shayla?
Yep. Um, Kate also brought her sword because she doesn't leave anywhere without it, so it's still strapped to her back. She also has daggers on the sides of her hip, um, but apart from that, she doesn't brought any other weapons with her to train with, so no guns. Um, she looks at Lucius and asks, "Which one of these two do I need?"
Well, it all depends. It all depends on what you want. What do you think you can add to our war? Guns, knives, swords? I see you have a sword. May I see what kind of sword you have?
Sure, Kate says, and she pulls out her sword and gives it hilt first to Lucius.
What kind of a sword am I looking at?
It's a straight sword. It's not a medieval style sword. It's a bit smaller, and it's the blade is almost as long as her arm is.
A long sword.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius has to have his sword in a bag. He can't almost carry it. It's he's wearing a very much larger sword, more like a claymore, and he places it in the casing on the table. We can do some sword play if you want. I do believe that Scott here is very proficient with his weaponry as well.
He'll nod. Yes, I've had quite some training with both guns and swords. Hand to hand, though, our friend Lucius here is the master.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I do admit that I'm not skilled in everything. After all, I do have other things that Jameer should care for that are not my forte exactly, but are within my repertoire.
Kate says, "I would prefer to start with the sword."
All right. I suggest you train against against Scott, and I'd like to see what you got. Try to not hurt each other. After all, I don't want to be able to need to adjust you. So make sure that you, in time, tell us when you're too hurt.
Just before this
What was the last-
happens, Arthur appears and he just doesn't say anything. He just takes this. He sort of walks through and then he's looking at what's going on from the back.
Scott will nod at him as a greeting.
So I suggest that you
Lucius,
take a position, cross swords. Yes, Scott, what's wrong?
may I borrow your sword? Mine isn't quite fit for training.
Well,
Out of character, it's a +5 ag sword against vampires. So yeah.
right. Mine is more effective these days than yours. So I suggest you use one of the swords I still need to prepare.
Oh well, if you have more, and he'll go take a sword. So he'll swing it in his hand, and
He
Bow.
actually a very small collection of swords. There is a katana, there is a short sword, there are several daggers, there is a simple long sword, there's a bastard sword. But there are only 2 long swords and 1 bastard sword. There are a collection of hunting knives, normal knives, Chris knives. It's all in the back. However, it's his sword, as you know, it is in the special casing.
yeah, he'll take the simple long sword. And
Kate,
he'll bow like a duelist's bow in front of her.
Kate looks towards Lucius and asks, "What are the rules of this competition?"
Well, you can use your swords and your melee skills only. We're not here to damage each other permanently. That means no aggravated damage has to be activated in order to prove that you're strong. We're here to train, which means I admire precision strikes more than I admire blunt strikes to the body, because after all, precision striking is what makes us more effective in combat. However, at the moment, I'll just like to see what you've got.
Okay.
No use of any sort of disciplines. Like I said, we can implement those at a later moment when we're all more suited for them.
Okay. Can I have my sword back?
Yeah, of course. Lucius will give you your sword. He will give them the handle front, so you can take the sword from his hand if you want.
Okay. Kate reaches out for the sword, and turns towards Scott and greets him with a bow.
Oh, very Japanese of you all. Please continue.
Okay, so roll initiative. 6, 8, 6, 9. Not the best roll.
Just one
So what
10.
Shaila, initiative,
you roll?
10, then
Mhm.
add your dexterity, once again dexterity like I mentioned, and wits as a total initiative.
Okay. That's my dexterities and my wits are already at 7, so this is gonna be fun. Roll.
Wait, why are those, oh, together they're 7, you mean?
Yeah, they're together. They're that high.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, so for a fighting character, it's not that ridiculous.
So I end up with 16.
Yeah, then you end up with 16, you get the first strike. So, what do you do?
I try to be on the defense, but I will try to strike to his to his left arm that's holding the sword.
All right. To make a strike to a certain object is a +1 difficulty. You're using a sword with its difficulty 7, I believe, so that's difficulty 8.
Yeah. And I need to roll my melee and
Melee dexterity.
dexterity is your friend.
Yeah.
Roll. Oh, there's still a 9 in there, so I'm taking this one away.
Yeah, we can't see your dice.
Why not?
I am not sure why not. I'm
Not
simply
sure.
stating the fact.
Swords are diff. I thought swords were diff 6. I know sword
Oh,
is
then
diff
it,
6.
then it is difficulty 7 to hit.
But you can't see my dice right now.
No, we can't see the dice right now.
Why not? Don't be.
That's
Not
right.
sure. I suggest we continue with the scene and discuss it all.
Okay. Well, if it's difficulty 6, I don't have any successes.
You don't have any successes of difficulty 6 or above?
Well, I have 1 6, but is it a 6 difficulty or a 7 difficulty?
I believe it's difficulty 7 because 6 is basics. You do a strike towards a specific object, which increases difficulty by 1, unless it's the head.
Then
So
I have
it'd
no
be 7.
successes.
Then you have no success. Do you have a 1 in there?
No, I don't. I don't botch.
Then you don't watch. You just simply swing and miss. That means that your initiative is over, and we turn to the initiative slot.
Okay, well, Scott sees that and he'll go. Yeah, he'll go for your leg. And he's got 1, 2, 3.
Damn it.
So +2 plus strength is 2. And what's the damage of a longsword?
I believe either a +1 or a +2. +2 for longsword, sorry.
Okay, 6. I don't think doing damage to the leg would be any more. Well, aiming the leg is any more damage.
How many damage did you do?
I was just before I roll. I don't think aiming for the leg will do any more damage.
Yes, the aiming for the leg does +2 damage.
Oh, +2. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not the best roll.
Then this gives you the right to soak because it's lethal. We as Kidrick can soak lethal. So soaking is stamina plus fortitude if you have it.
Wait.
Plus armor if you're wearing it.
Wait a second. So stamina 3 and
Fortitude. But fortitude recently is called to cost blood, but then you can use them as automatic defense dice. And any sort of armor you're wearing.
just light armor, like leather.
Armor is one dice. So you get stamina plus armor plus fortitude, and then you can roll it.
Okay, roll. I have a 2, a 7, a 7, and a 10.
A 2, a 7, a 7, and a 10. And you soaked 3 damage. It was only 3
So you
damage.
took it all.
Yes.
So you soaked, but you definitely were hit. This has no effect on you whatsoever. You can return the favor.
I will try to.
Lisa is proposing to throw the dice if you want, so we can see the
If Lisa
dice.
throws the dice, you can see them. Yes.
Oh, okay, it's good. Lisa, will you be throwing for me or rolling?
Yes, if you tell me how many dice you need when you roll,
Okay.
I will do it for you.
Lucius will say which I need to add up. I will tell you how many it is.
She needs to do a sword attack. Are you striking to any particular area?
Yeah, I'll be going for his leg.
All right. For a leg shot is the 57. That's melee dexterity attack.
I think you got 7 dice, don't you?
I have dexterity 3 and melee 3.
6
Okay.
dice.
6 dice. Good roll.
Yay! Arthur, you'll be rolling for me every single time now.
All right. So that
Oh no,
is
sorry.
4 dice.
Excuse me. It's difficulty 7, isn't it?
Yeah, difficulty
Yes.
7. So that's
4 successes.
That's 4 successes. That's 3 dice plus 2 plus your strength.
I have a strength of 2.
So that's 2 plus 2 for the sword, or 2 for the weapon. That's 4 plus 3 of the overextended attack damage. So that's 7 plus.
Yeah.
Were you striking at a specific area? I do believe so.
His leg.
Plus 2.
Oh yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
4 lethal.
This is all lethal, yes.
4 lethal.
4 lethal. Yeah, Scott, you need to soak those 4 lethal damage.
I take 1.
You take 1 lethal damage to the leg.
He'll smile. Nice.
Yeah, you can see that Lucius is smiling. He likes the fact that you are able to hit best swordsman.
You see a pleasured puff of smoke from Arthur's pipe as he looks impressed as well.
And he'll go for this time he'll go for the arm holding the sword. No, damn. I'm not rolling well. So that's just 1. So that's strength. Damn, I'm really not rolling well. 1.
Is that for damage or to hit?
Damage.
Oh wow. Well then she needs to soak 1 damage.
That's
What's
my
her stamina, fortitude?
stamina is 3, and I have light armor, which was 1 or 2.
1.
1.
Oh.
Do you have fortitude or not?
And fortitude, as in a discipline?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know whether you had. Because I
I
was
don't
just.
know you knew until she did it previously.
So I've lost track now. Stamina 3
Yeah, and light armor is 1, so 4.
and 5. Right. You soak 1.
That's good enough.
Yep.
You soak it.
After you take that hit and soak that damage, you're again for your next strike.
Kate will strike for his chest.
Yeah, that's a general. So that's
difficulty 6. Go ahead.
Melee 3, dexterity 3.
I remember.
Mhm.
Oh no, I rolled too many dice for me. 2 successes anyway. I took one of the successes off because I rolled too many dice. 2 successes. I believe it's 6 or 7 dice of damage. What's the DC for a sword?
A DC for damage, it doesn't really matter.
No, what's the damage count for a sword?
+2. But she didn't
Right, so
strike any specific area, so it's no extra.
She's got +2 for. She had 2 successes.
Yeah,
plus
that's
2 for
3 damage, +2 strength. That's 5 total.
Mhm. 1 success.
And I soak it. And he'll he'll go for the hand holding the sword. What is this? I don't even. What kind of roll is this?
That is swift testing, my friend. You swing and you miss.
Yep, he misses.
He misses.
As you swing and miss, Lucius will step in and say, "All right, I've seen what you can do, striking arms and legs. Now, could one of you try and see if you can disarm the other opponent, preferably by not chopping off one of his legs?
Okay, Kate will try to disarm Scott without damaging his hands too much.
Right? The difficulty for that move is difficulty 9.
Oh.
No.
Oh, at least you don't watch.
Eight, but no 9. Yeah, you had a 10, but you got a 1.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't watch. The 8 has no effect. That
Okay,
means
Scott.
that you try to disarm, you probably hit the sword, but you don't disarm it. Scott's turn.
Yeah, Scott's got 1.
Right?
I'm not sure how disarm works. How you roll damage, or do you roll something else instead, or what happens?
No, it's I believe disarming is a contested strength roll.
Just strength.
Strength melee. I have to look that up soon. Right. She
So,
is
yeah.
safe, but I'm not sure if she can
Strength.
a strength melee.
If
Yeah, difficulty is probably 6. Shaila,
Mm-hmm.
can you roll me, or I should say, Lisa, can you roll me 2 because of her strength and 2 because of her no 3 because of her.
actually, sword is his specialty, so I would probably have 1 more dice since it would have been 2 successes.
Why would you have
What
more
I think.
dice?
Because I counted his 10 as 1 success, but it would be 2 successes because it's his specialty.
Did you have a 1 as well?
So yeah. His specialty is swords. So
Right.
it would have been 2 successes, so it would have been plus 1 dice.
Yeah, I understand. She just needs to beat 4 successes or beat this off.
Oh, fuck. Lisa, I'm counting on you.
Okay, how many dice do we need to roll? 5.
Yeah, 5.
No.
Ooh.
I botched.
As
They don't botch.
I don't?
You got a success, but
yeah, she does.
you only botch if you got no successes.
Lucius will then step in as soon as Scott strikes the weapon, and it starts flying through the air. All right, I've seen what I needed to see. I'm happy that you were able to wound him, or, well, if you were an enemy, make some serious ouchie. However, I do see that there is something that you still need to learn. There's no problem. We are here to learn. Normally, I would say that it's not a very wise action to disarm your opponent. It takes quite some skill, and the tricky with it is that while you're disarming him, you're also making sure that you're not damaging him. While if you miss, he will certainly want to damage you continuously. However, in this case, it showed that if you were against an opponent with a sword which would do actually more damage than your weapon, a disarmed weapon could be picked up, and then you would be in the favored position.
Kate nods to Lucius and thanks him for the lesson.
Arthur will step forward and smile to both Scott and Kate and just be like, oh, well fought, you two.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Kate has quite some skills. I believe she will be a most welcome than a very good member of the Camilla against the Spot.
Kate, may I just interrupt you for a moment?
Yep.
He looks to the sword. Where is it? Is it on the floor or?
I think Lucius caught it.
He goes up to Lucius and he says, "May I, please?"
Sure.
And he will take out a tape measure from his pocket and just check the measurement of the hilt, and then look at the piece of wood that he has in his hand, which seems to be sort of half made. Yes, on track. He's holding sort of a half-made weapons hilt, which looks a bit better than, well, not just a bit, quite a lot better than the one that's already on the sword.
Kate, if you haven't met Arthur yet in a proper way, Arthur is what I would call one of our weapons specialists, mostly specialist in gun or pistol fighting, but I'm sure his forge could guide up something more interesting for you.
Okay.
When the time comes.
Well,
Kate says, I already met Arthur yesterday. He let me play with his gun.
Arthur does not laugh. Bayard laughs.
The pun is striking Lucius, but he will stay as non-humorous as he has been the entire situation. Player over find the funny. Right. So you are familiar with gunplay as well, then?
Well, he didn't let me fire it, so.
Arthur just smiles sort of broadly, almost mischievously, and he says, "I'm sure I can instruct our newest arrival if she wishes to learn how to improve her skill in handling guns."
Well, I think we could all use a lesson from mastering weapons such as yourself.
I wouldn't go so far.
If you were able to teach yourself into proper use of firearms, we would be most grateful. Our enemies wouldn't, but then again, I'm sure you wouldn't mind taking them out.
He smiles. This hilt here is for Miss Kate's sword of current use. I noticed that the one she has is a little bit misaligned for proper use. Perhaps that's why she wasn't able to disarm Scott. He winks at Scott.
That's well. Perhaps.
Adjustments to the weapon can indeed help in our wielding it more proper. You should always take into account the size of yourself, your opponent, and the size of your opponent's weapon. And then he looks at Shyla, and I do mean sword.
Kate just broadly grins at Lucius and gives a wink to Arthur.
He holds his hand out to take the sword from Lucius if he's going to give it back.
Yeah. If it's Shyla's sword, you can take it. If you're looking for my sword,
No, I'm not going to touch your sword. I'm not stupid.
Well, you can't really touch it now, can you?
Exactly. I would know that. So he takes the Shyla's. Not Shyla. That's her out of character name. He takes Kate's sword. You may get me into bad habits, Jesse. He takes Kate's sword and he goes over to her and sort of presents it to her in a sort of in the correct way that you present a weapon to somebody, sort of holding it out hilt first.
Kate accepts her sword and sheaths it and smiles at Arthur and thanks him.
He puffs on his pipe happily. Well, jolly good show. What's next?
Right. And after putting the sword away, Scott will move to Kate. My full name is Scott Langwood, by the way, and he'll reach out and
Kate will extend her hand as well and shake Scott's hand and says, "Hi, my name is Kate. Thank you for the excellent match."
not to worry. It was a pleasure. Also, when he says his name, it's one you've heard around. For the word is he's killed a Sabbat elder.
You can see Kate recognizes the name that Scott has given to her, and both of her eyebrows rise up, but she's not going to openly ask about it.
But like I said, I'm sure you will be a great addition to our fight against the damned bot.
I do hope that when the situation arises, you will stand with us during our next outside striking action. I do notice that there are some things that we all need to work on, including myself, unfortunately. But so far, if you're willing, I would not mind seeing you as an addition to the war coaching we already have.
Kate turns towards Lucius and says, "It would be an honor if I was able to join your war coterie."
I will, however, like to advise that being as led as it such is, I will take it very seriously. And this means that I will have no political shenanigans. We try and we will operate as a unit, which means as a bound group. No single out, singleized political, non-functional actions to go through. This goes without saying, however, I say it because last time people didn't really get the message quite well.
Kate nods at Lucius when she hears this.
So, Mrs. Bramwood, that lesson in gunplay we were talking about.
Well, yes. Would you like a demonstration?
Well,
I do feel I'm a little low on funds that usually give me a bit of a boost, but I will.
If you want to borrow one of my guns, you just have to ask. And Lucius will reveal his back holster, which has been covered by a coat, and in a crossway area, he'll pull out two automatic pistols. One of them silenced, one of them isn't. He then twists off the silencer and give both weapons to you. They're all on full auto.
Yes, I have my own weapon, but I do fear that it might blow a hole in the wall and bring the whole place down on top of us. So.
That's why you're welcome to come along with me. I do devise a special area so we don't fire through walls.
Good idea.
That would be highly unfortunate for the walls. Also, it's lit soundproof, so we don't wake neighbors or annoy elders, which works about the same way. And Lucius will then simply escort the group towards an area that is technically only used by the war coterie, since they are the ones that most are interested in this area. But there you can find a not very specialized but practical firing range.
And Arthur takes the takes his gun out of his holster inside his tweed jacket and does a bit of a one of those things where you twirl the gun around on your finger.
Right.
Because he's a show off and a swami bastard. And then he will take a shot and probably fail because this is cursed herself by showing off now. I haven't got any blood to buff my dex. He gets 2 successes.
What's he shooting at? Bullseye?
The thing that you just said that was there, the shooting range.
Right. The thing that you're aiming for is a card, paper card, with a assailant printed on it, revealing a very aggressive assailant pulling a gun at you. So you could aim at several things: the weapon, the man, the head, critical parts.
He just takes aim and shoots for sort of the torso area. Because this you'll see when he fires it, this gun kind of obliterates the paper.
How much damage does it do?
A fuck lot.
Well,
It's a handgun.
fuck lot.
It's a handgun that fires shotgun shells.
Oh right, it's 8. Are you firing shotgun shells in a gun? Are you firing a judge?
What?
There is a shotgun pistol. It's called a judge. Are you firing a judge?
Yes, I made it.
You made a judge. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yes, then you will fire at the person. You will blow a hole in the respective area. If it's very scattery, then you'll probably cut the paper in half.
Well, that's the end of that chat. He says with a smile.
Lucius will look at the paper, then look at the gun, and say, right. Although it was a great presentation in damage dealing, it's very hard to see where you aimed at this point, since there's just half the card.
He sort of puts his hand up in a, I suppose you're right kind of way. All right, so here. He reaches for another gun, like a smaller one.
Yeah, there are several guns there. Of course, there's a shotgun there, but there are several normal pistols. There's automatic machine guns, smaller automatic guns like MP5s. There seems to be some stuff lying there as loot from the raid they did.
Right. He will take a sort of a light handgun, something more precise, and less heavy than his sort of big, heavy pistol that he normally uses. And he will do the same thing again. He will aim for the chest again because I don't know. It's probably even going to be called shot on a piece of paper. I doubt it. But
well, I'm not really sure the difficulty changes if it's a stationary target on paper. You can do it with a -1, however, if you want to make a specific aim for something, say the middle of the bullseye, up it by 2 difficulty. Just saying.
Mm.
So the -1 for stationary, the +2 for the fact that you're aiming. Or
so the difficulty is 8 for a cold shot.
right.
Right. Why not? Fuck it.
Well, it's paper rather than-
Ah. This is where I botch.
Yes, you do.
The gun jams, I guess.
Yep. Lucius not happy at all. Knowing the gun jams, he walks.
Arthur looks frowns at the gun like,
No, he walks at you with a very stern look on his face. And he doesn't seem to be angry at you. And then he inspects the gun, tries to fire it, clearly notices that it's blocked, and then says, "Well, so much for this rubbish. Use mine instead."
yes. Let's try again, shall we? That's better, chaps. He says as he fires off the gun at the target's head. So this second gun seems to be better. He just fires off.
Right, it has a +6 damage when it comes to the position, but yeah, you'll definitely hit the target. You'll definitely hit, making it nice slowly.
Arthur smiles and he turns around to look at Scott and Kate. I have a skill, but I'm not as blessed with the gifts as some are, but perhaps in time. Sometimes a ranged weapon is more efficient than a blade, especially when aimed for the head.
Well, I must say that if you aim a blade for the head and it strikes, it's about as effective as taking an axe to somebody's face. But I do know what you mean. When range is definitely an issue, aiming for the head is definitely something you should be worrying about.
Yes, sometimes it's difficult to get close to something. Certain enemies are not wise to come into close quarters combat with. Gangrel, for example.
Right. Well, there is a technique for Gangrel. How can I present this? Yes. Kate,
Mm-hmm.
do me a favor. Pull your sword.
Kate throws her sword towards Lucius.
Lucius will take from his leg a knife that was not really hidden anymore, but was supposedly hidden there. He says, "Okay, so at this moment, I'm at a disadvantage. My disadvantage is the range I have my weapon. I do have something of a advantage. If you would follow me back to the area, I could demonstrate."
Sure. Kate walks after Lucius.
Arthur lets the others go first and then walks behind them.
As we are becoming in the area, Lucius continues to walk into the middle of the area, and then simply says, "So, at this moment, my disadvantage is not exploited by you. So, if you would do me a favor and stand at attention, we will roll. We will roll as the hits go, and he will stand at attention. I will forward this to.
I'm going to pop in and out of the chat to see if my dice will work again, okay?
Sure, go ahead. 6 plus the rest of the chips. I'm 30. Let's wait for Sharibo.
I rolled a 2, but what do I need to add up?
Your wits and your dexterity, which I do believe is 7 together, which means plus 2 is 9. I rolled a 6. I have the same bonuses, so that would mean that my dexterity of my initiative 13. That means I go first. I will try a normal strike to the body, nothing fancy. Clearly, I don't need anything fancy. I can fuck things up without doing fancy things. Still, I got 4 successes. That's 1 damage because 1 state.
It's my dexterity, my fortitude, and my armor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Roll. I don't have any successes, do I?
Nope. You feel the dagger of Lucius swiping just beneath your sword, hit you on the area where your ribs used to hold everything together. And you get a small cut.
Kate looks taken aback. She wasn't expecting for Lucius to just dive underneath her sword to get to her. So she stumbles backwards and tries to counterattack. I'm going to try to hit your arm with my sword.
All right.
That's melee and dexterity?
Yep. That's 6 dice, please.
Yep.
You still have your old dice.
Roll. 4 success. Oh, depending. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is far exceeded by your dice. So that is 3 damage plus 2 because you're striking at something plus 2. So that's 7 damage.
Okay.
No, yeah, yes.
So 7 dices?
Yeah, did we add your strength?
No, I don't know.
Then it's 9 dice.
Nice.
5 successes.
Right, let's hope that I can dodge this shit. Lucky me. As you do swing your weapon at my arm, you can clearly notice that it's not as effective as you would like it to be, but you do notice that I cringe as you hit me.
Yes. And Kate will stand at attention and awaits Lucius' next attack.
Right. My next attack, you are allowed to parry.
Okay, Kate will try to parry it.
So ready yourself for a parrying action.
Okay.
This means, because we ready ourselves, that you can now respond at the same speed as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, my initiative comes 9. Right, so I still have to do the same. Oh Christ.
Did you really have to?
Lucius will this time try to attack you. However, although it's quite cruel at this moment and won't be effective, your parry action means that if you get an equal or more successes than me, which is something on your dice pool which is now
Possible.
unattainable. However, if you would be, a parry attack would work that you would roll your melee. If you have an equal on your melee as me, then you could, or more, actually if you have more attack than me, then you would be allowed to do damage to the weapon. However, my weapon is quickly, and I will see if I don't kill you because it's unparryable to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't you dare kill me.
Well, the worst that can happen is I strike you with 12 more.
I don't want to lose an arm.
I'm not aiming for your arm.
We haven't got blood to waste to be doing this.
No!
Sorry, what did you say, Lisa?
So we haven't got blood to waste on healing to be doing this.
Oops. I forget. Let's see if you can grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Please do me a soaking. That's good.
Soaking is dexterity and armor and fortitude, right?
Yes.
Oh lordy.
You only have to soak 1. Oops. All right. I'll give a description. Although Kate tries to parry the weapon of Lucius, he strikes under the sword again. This time going a little bit more high than he anticipated, and striking straight across the chest, hitting her neck, doing far more damage than anticipated, even for him. And yeah, you go down.
I go down hard.
Arthur strides across up into to Lucius, not quite into his face because he's still holding the sword. He does stride right up to him and he goes, "Really, Lucius?"
Scheiße, ich habe keine Ahnung, Sie waren nicht schnell genug.
Können Sie ja durchsprechen.
He has no idea what he says. because he doesn't speak German.
Oh.
And then he just sort of gives some sort of look of abject annoyance before he
Yeah. The annoyance look is returned in annoyance, as this wasn't what he was hoped to be doing,
Stabbing you
and
with the food.
he goes over to the torpor body of Shyla and looks around, saying, "You wouldn't happen to have any sort of blood lying around, would you?"
Am I even able to respond?
No, well done. You're out.
Yes. Let me just really quickly OC check with Emma Chen about something.
Technically, she needs one of us to revive her.
I need to check to see whether I've got blood storage as well.
Oh,
Just
right.
really quickly.
This is where it becomes awkward. Kate, what's your generation?
I don't. I'm 10th generation.
Right. Okay. Well, Lucius going to do help you, and he's going to feed you some of his blood in order to revive you and see if that works.
Lucius.
Hold on a minute. Because I'm going to oppose that if you're going to go and try and do that. Just wait.
Sorry, what?
Right. I'm going to oppose that if you're going to try and do that.
Are you
I'm gonna
going
stop
to
you.
oppose your superior as a Tremere? Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And Arthur will stand in the way, and he will try and pick Kate up, and he'll say, "I will take her to our mentor,"
What are you doing?
and he will wake her.
Face
I will
it
take
back.
her to her mentor to wake her.
Face it back. Who's a mentor?
Mole.
Yeah.
Mole's a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can
Yes.
avoid going to the mole in order to explain why we downed one of his students, wouldn't that be more advantageous to us?
I am not.
Use your deductive
Having-
reasoning skills, Arthur. This is not the
I'm not
problem
having you.
where we start nitpicking and showing hero. This is why we take care of each other and make sure she rises up.
But if
Don't
Lucius
you
gives
think
me his blood, am I blood bound to him?
Exactly. Arthur sort of picks her. He's holding her at this point, and he just says, she's not ours to dictate on whether or not she's our etiquette still stands, Lucius.
The etiquette is trying to make her live, trying to revive her. Is it not?
So who's voted you to be the controller of her fate, seeing as you're the one that did the damn deed?
Fate, at the moment, she is torpor, and if in any combat situation we revive those who are ours. Therefore, we revive her. What's the big deal? Why does it need to be carried around?
Arthur will. There's nobody. Scott's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Come with me. He will carry her to.
He's blocking you and saying, stop it, put it down, and give me a valid argument instead of just
Because
walking
if
up like a chicken.
think about how the elders will see this. Well, for a start, you've injured somebody. Isaac's going to be pissed off. Second
Yeah,
of
that's
all,
okay.
if you
Yeah,
give her
pissed off.
if you give her your blood, he'll be doubly pissed off.
No,
I'm
I
not in the
took care
mood
of
for dealing with
those who are
Isaac.
down.
It is not our call to make.
Why not? Wouldn't you, in combat situation,
We're not in a combat
rather be
situation. We're in a
revived?
training session where you fucked up.
No,
This is not a battlefield. You fucked up.
No, she did not.
He carries on walking.
This is the final request I have. Put the body down or face later consequences.
He turns to look at Lucius. Sort of looking at him like, are you really threatening me with that?
Oh yeah, he's dead serious.
If you really must, let's at least give her a comfortable place to wake up.
Of course. That's not really the problem. However, I don't think he's a person that cares for comfort and cozy pillows. But you are right. We need access to blood.
I have some.
Right. Then I suggest we take her to where the blood is.
My office.
Right, let's go then.
He carries her, sort of really pissed off, but he can't do fuck all on it.
I'm torpid right now, right?
Yeah, you don't know anything. You're just unconscious.
And I suggest we stop the scene and revive you in another.
Why?
Because you think I'm stupid enough to not get anyone else involved while you're in such a rampage mode.
Right. That's good.
Right. So as they make their way towards the blood source of Arthur's, we will have to have another scene where we see if Kate is strong enough to pull through back to the side where the light is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing.